What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your Ward of the Michi Shrine, and today I want to go over Super Saiyan 3 Goku, LF Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I kind of want to fix him because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just not feeling these abilities, right? His stats are ridiculous, but I'm just not feeling these abilities. And I'm gonna be honest with you, what I had expected from this Goku was the exact opposite of what actually happened. I was expecting, a smaller stat buff, but like crazy abilities. Instead, we got a mega stat buff and probably the third worst abilities I've seen of any Zenkai ever, right in front of Red Cell and Purple Vegeta. So there's a few things I want to change. First of all, I'm gonna lower his stats, right? I honestly, I say his 14-star stats should be what his actual 9-star stats are, which would be 2.6 million health, 262,000 strike, 282,000 blast, 183,000 strike defense, 182,000 blast defense. That is fair for a 14-star unit. And yeah, he's a Zenkai, so maybe, maybe we can buff that up to like his 10 or 11 star stats. 11 stars would be 2.7 million health, 270,000 strike, 291,000 blast, 289,000 strike defense, and 188,000 blast defense. You could argue that since he's a Legends Limited unit, that maybe that would be a better stat spread, but I think, honestly, his 9-star stats are fine for what I'm going to give him. We can go 10. 10 would be 2.7, 266, 287, 186, 185. That's fine. 10-star stats for his 14 would be fine. Okay, I can see that argument. But moving on to his abilities, the things that I actually want to change. Currently, his Zenkai, draw the ultimate arts next. Fine, of course. Restore health by 30% and ki by 50. He can keep that. Nullify own unfavorable element factor for 10 counts. No. 30. 30 goddamn counts. There is only one unit in the entire game that gets type nullification from their main ability that does not have it for 30 counts. Actually, I think there's two. One is Kamikalo, who gets it for 45, and the other is LF Gohan, who gets it for 20. Why are the LFs so fucked over when it comes to type nullification when they should be the ones that get more than the normal units? At the very least, give him the average. The average is 30. At the very least, give him that. And then gain attribute upgrade, minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut for 30 counts. He can have that. Make it 60 maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. There's one thing I would add to his main ability, and that is a second cover rescue. There are currently 3 units in the game, all of them are green by the way, that get a second cover rescue from their main ability, and he is not one of them. He is a Legends Limited unit. If there was a single character in the game that should get a second cover rescue, it's the fucking Legends Limited character. He's the one that should have it. And for those of you who don't know, the 3 that do have 2 are the green Ultimate Gohan, the green Instant Transmission Goku, and the green Good 21. He is also green. Just keep the trend going, my guy. That's something he should have had before his damn Zenkai, let alone after it. So yeah, make that a thing, and maybe make the requirement for the main ability like 20 counts instead of 25, but that's pretty negligible. It's whatever. So moving on to his unique abilities, 40% the damage inflicted from battle start cannot be cancelled. He can keep that. When it comes to his first main ability, or his first unique ability, I wouldn't change any of the actual things that he gets. Minus 5 to strike and blast arts, card draw speed, reduced damage for 20%, all which cannot be cancelled. That I'm not changing. What I would change is, instead of after 30 timer counts have elapsed, make them from battle start. Like, why do I have to wait for this ability? Just make them all happen from battle start. Cannot be canceled. Battle start, boom. He gets it, alright? He starts off the battle. He already has it. The second unique ability, I keep saying main ability, I would just remove the additional sub count entirely for his covered rescue. I don't understand why any units have it. It's really just handicapping the cover rescue, honestly, just let him switch out normally. Like, again, he's a Legends Limited unit. He should probably be getting some form of special treatment with this. Just let him have the normal damn sub count. And then when it comes to the other part of it, while this character is on the battlefield, applies the following effects to self when enemy switches characters. 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, 10% to ultimate damage, cannot be cancelled, gain a Dragon Ball, activates once. I'd give him 2 Dragon Balls. It's a Zenkai. LF, give him 2 Dragon Balls. I don't think that's broken. The 10% to ultimate damage, fine. The thing that I would change is the 20% the damage inflicted. Now, I don't think that should change. What I think should happen is it is an uncancelable buff up to a certain percentage. So, I would say have it activate twice, and then he can have 40% to damage inflicted when the enemy switches twice while he's on the battlefield. And then that's just how that is. Or you could make it cancelable and make it so, or you could make it cancelable, but he would still be able to get it back if it was canceled, you know? Because, I mean, the ability's fine. It doesn't need to be changed. Again, I would give him the second Dragon Ball because why not? But other than that, the ability doesn't need to be changed, but it is still situational, and 15 timer counts is plenty of time, but again, I just feel like it could be better, you know? Third unique ability, again, battle start for 30 counts. It gets reduced damage by 20%, 50% key recovery, nullify attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. I would have these be when he enters the battlefield. Because the thing about these buffs is they last for the first 30 counts, which is nice, but they can be canceled. And because they are not when this character enters the battlefield buffs, all it takes is one Vegito blue-green card, Zenkai Beerus green card, Champa green card. All it takes is just one of those, someone's main ability, and those buffs are gone and they're not coming back. So they should all be when this character enters the battlefield for 15 timer counts. I think that is fair. 15 or even 10, even just 10 timer counts. That would be a lot better than just having these all be cancelable for 30 counts. Or you could just make them cannot be canceled for the first 30 counts. That would also be fine, but I think to make him as good as possible, it would just be when this character enters the battlefield. And then finally, his last unique, he's really hyper-focused on being run on Saiyans, which I don't have a problem with. I actually don't think this needs to change at all. I would say bump the key up to 20 instead of 10. It gets 10 key, 20% of damage inflicted, and 15% to health restoration for 15 timer counts. Bump the key up to 20. I understand there's a lot of Saiyan units that you can run him with that give key on swap out, but 10's negligible. It's literally one card, maybe. I mean, it's actually not enough to use any of his cards, like from 0 key, but obviously, again, you'd likely be switching out from someone who gives key on swap out, so it's not bad. Like, he doesn't need to be getting 50 key like the purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I think 20 is fair. And then 20% the damage inflicted. Now, granted, if there's 2 Saiyan battle members, he is getting 20 key, but I just think he should be getting 20 anyway. And yeah, I know, if you're running him with the new yellow Vegeta, Bastard would be getting 90 key back when he enters the battlefield if everyone's alive, which is a lot, especially with card draw speed, but at the end of the day, it's like, whatever, it's either 70 or 90. You get 1 extra card with that. like you think that's a very huge difference, when in reality, it's only 1 card. Maybe 2 with the 50% key recovery and the card draw speed, but doubtful, honestly. You probably, if it's a blast, you're only going to get 1. If it's a strike, you might get 2. But I would also add something here, because this Goku's whole thing was, you know, he was with Vegeta. I think he should have something in his kit that lets him work with Vegetas. You could run him with the new yellow Vegeta or Majin Vegeta. I think it would be good to run him with a Vegeta. So I think an extra piece to this ability should be basically literally just this ability. Just copy and paste it down and give it to him if a Vegeta gets defeated. If a Vegeta character is defeated, he just gets 20 damage and then like 15% health restoration that can be canceled but doesn't go away from timer counts. Or maybe you can give him like 15% damage and 15% health restoration, because he is going to end up getting a lot of damage through my system, through my Zenkai of him. So he's going to be getting a lot of damage, so maybe you can bring it down to 15. Maybe without even all that, you could have him restore, maybe 10% of his health when a Vegeta is defeated. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do for him when Vegeta is defeated. Just give him something for when a Vegeta character is defeated. Because it's highly unlikely that you run a Saiyan team and you don't have at least one Vegeta on it. So, I mean, because your team is either all Gokus, or it's a bunch of Gokus and Vegetas, or maybe there's like a Broly in there somewhere. There's almost always going to be a Vegeta on your team that you can bring. So I think it would be good for LF Super Saiyan 3 to have something in his kit that allows him to get buffed, either if Vegeta is a battle member, or if Vegeta is defeated. I think that would be cool. Moving on to his arts cards. Super attack, stay the same, massive impact, reduce enemy ki by 40. It's fine. Green card, give it the ability to counter tap blasts. And honestly, I would say even tackles. Now, the reason why I say give it the ability to counter tackles is simply because of the animation he's doing. Like, he literally backflips like 3 times, instant transmissions, and then kicks you in the head, right? Realistically, how the hell does that even counter a blast arts? Wouldn't the blast just keep going as he's backflipping away from... You know what? We're not going to question Dragon Ball logic. We're not going to question Dragon Ball logic here. So I do think he should at least be able to counter tap blast with it. And then restore ki by 50, destroy 2 enemy cards. Fine, comboable, fine. No issues there. Maybe let him draw a card with it since it's now comboable. Let him, draw a strike or blast arts with the green card. It can be random between the two, right? It can be draw a strike or blast arts and it's random as to which one you get. But I do think he should probably draw a card with it at least. Or maybe lock the opponent in for 3 counts. I don't know. That seems a bit broken though. So yeah, just give him a card. Just give him 1 card. Let him actually use the damn key that he's getting. Then his ultimate, Massive Explode. That's fine. 60% damage inflicted. 3 timer counts. Fine. Nullify Endurance. That's fine. I would give him, again, an extra buff if Vegeta is defeated. Or if Vegeta is a battle member. Again, one of the two. And make it like 20%. Just like 20% damage. So it bumps up to like 80% ultimate damage. If Vegeta is defeated or is a battle member, what have you. And then that's literally it. His Zenkai ability, Green Saiyan's absolutely fine. His arts cards are fine. Like, he's not a bad unit. He just doesn't feel like a Legends Limited Zenkai. He feels, or he looks like an extreme Zenkai with really good stats. And the reason why I think they didn't make him as broken as he probably could have been is, 1, they don't want him to end up like LF Gohan, which, fair. I still don't think even with my kit he's anywhere near the level of LF Gohan, Android 18, or Super Gogeta. Maybe he's up there with the Purple Super Saiyan 3, but the first 3 I mentioned, absolutely not. He's nowhere near their level. But also because he has access to a lot of external sources, such as his platinum equipment and plenty of support units to enable him to do more in terms of damage, key restoration. You could, if for some weird reason, you could run him with, like Fury Broly or some crap, and, you could just have Zenkai teams. I mean, like, he has options to make himself better. But I don't think you should have to run him with specific units in order to make him good. I think he should just be good by himself, and then the team you run him with just makes him better. So that's basically what I would do. What I would have done for LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Again, with this fixed series, I don't try and change much. I try and take what we already have and make it better. So, obviously, if I were Zenkaiing him myself, if I were doing a whole Zenkai concept, his kit would be completely different. Like, this kit would be in, like, the third and fourth uniques. I don't think I'd keep a single trace of them outside of the key recovery. Maybe the nullifying of attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Maybe I would have kept that. But, like, the entire fourth unique, nah, I wouldn't have even been there at all. Would not have been there at all. And the third unique probably would have had more to it. So, that's what I would do for LF Super Saiyan 3. We reduced his stats pretty significantly, actually. But we gave him much, much better abilities. And the mark of a good unit is not how good your stats are. It's how good your abilities are. You can have the most broken abilities or the most broken stats in the game, but if you have shit abilities, it's not going to do you very well. Just look at Red Cell. Red Cell, I think, actually has more blast attack. Let me actually pull up Red Cell real quick, because I believe Red Cell actually has a higher blast stat than Zenkai LF Gohan. However, no one, not one bastard, is going to try and sit here and tell you that Red Cell is better than LF Gohan. Let me just bring him up real quick. I believe Gohan has, like, what? 190 or 297,000? We'll bring him up in a second. Let me just look at Zenkai, 14 stars, level 5,000. 297. Does he have more? I might be wrong. But, I mean, even still, 297,000 blast is absolutely ridiculous. But, again, no one is sitting here telling you that, you know, Red Cell is on the same level as, you know, Zenkai LF Gohan, even though they have very similar stats. And it's just simply because Gohan's abilities are just strictly better than Red Cell's abilities are. Here's LF Gohan. Let me just see. So Cell's was 297. Does Gohan have a better blast stat? He might, actually. 5,000. Yeah, 299. So Gohan's blast stat is 2,000. Only 2,000 higher. That's it. Only 2,000 higher. But Gohan is just an infinitely better unit than Cell is because his kit is better. So that I think people need to understand that. And it's that stats don't mean everything. Stats are important, but your abilities are more important than your stats are. Because again, it doesn't matter how good, unless some bastard is rocking 700,000 blast attack. At that point, yeah, you wouldn't need any damage dealing abilities. Your abilities could be absolute garbage. You have 700,000 blast attack, you're gonna do fine. But if you are rocking like this Goku is 300,000 blast attack, and yeah, again, his platinum equip is really gonna help him out in terms of damage, you know, tankiness, all that. He's got really good stats. I just don't feel as though his abilities were quite up to par. He's not a bad unit. He's just not a Legends limited Zenkai. That's just how I see it. So that is how I would fix LF Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let me know what you guys think of my fix down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.